So how long have you been in Branson?
All my life, almost, not
Really?
yet.
You
Yeah,
were born here?
Born close to here, around Rolla, Missouri. And then family moved here when I was about 9. So I've grown up here and went to school here. And
Why did they
everything.
move here?
My dad's job at the time. There was an opening down here. Actually, in Forsyth is where he got his job. So I grew up in Kirbyville.
Kirbyville.
Hooray for Kirby! Do you know where Kirbyville is?
I do not, but it's named after Kirby. No,
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Because he wasn't here back then.
Really?
It's amazing.
Could have been.
You just think he's always been. It's like trees.
Not according to the billboards.
That's right.
Uh,
No, that's about 7. It's between here and Forsyth,
Yeah.
East 76. So that's where I grew up.
So what did your dad do that he moved here?
He was a sewing machine mechanic.
Wow.
There you go. And back then there were a couple of factories around this area that made pants and different apparel for different companies. And,
Oh, I see.
and so he was the maintenance guy because there was hundreds of machines in those factories. And so he was the guy.
Now you would have,
kept them all
if
going.
that was modern, if that was now, you would be living in Taiwan. Because
Probably.
that's pretty much
I would be
all
in
the clothes are made.
the Taiwan USA show every evening.
Taiwan, yes.
Taiwan on. Maybe, I don't
You know, our show last year was called Made in the USA, and we were advertising that we were changing it. And so, as serious as I could be when people would say, what are you changing the show to? I would say, well, next year it's going to be made in Taiwan, and it's going to be all of the best Taiwanese music. And so many times people would be like, oh, I'm not familiar with... But they thought I was being serious.
Yeah.
Do you get that? Because you do a lot of sarcasm. You know?
I can get too sarcastic at times.
Do you have it, though, that people don't get that you're being
Absolutely.
sarcastic?
Absolutely, yeah. Most of the time they do, but there are times they don't. And,
Yeah.
it gets lonely for a few minutes.
It does.
when that
I feel
happens.
bad sometimes because I'll do a joke or I'll respond to somebody will tell me a joke and I say, that is brilliant. That's going in the show. And it'll be the most inappropriate joke. And I'm just kidding about it going in the show. And then after the show they come out and say, you didn't say my joke about the priest. And I'm like,
Right.
no, I didn't. Did you really think?
I get that too, yeah. Hey, I got a joke
Here.
But
Let's
the
share a
joke
joke
is
with
like,
us.
it is so dirty and so bad. It's like, there's no way I can.
Isn't it surprising? Especially around here. I get compliments all the time. Hey, you do clean comedy. But then they say, well, I have a joke for you. And it'll be the complete opposite.
No.
I had somebody one time that was so upset about me not telling a joke on stage. And I said, well, first of all, there were like 4 words in that I don't even say. I know. But it is interesting doing comedy around here. And comedy is so subjective. And you know how it is, and I'm sure they know how it is, but there's always someone that that's offended. Especially it seems like the last few years, And it can be something that is completely innocent. Right? I mean, I do some jokes about Walmart or something. Well, I had somebody very upset about that. Well, we're a big supporter of Walmart. Well, I'm not.
Or we work at Walmart. Or,
And my thing is, my jokes are about the people that go to Walmart.
Right.
So I keep it very general. But have you had anything?
We do. We try. You try not to. You run it through your head and think, now would someone?
Yeah.
And you try to weigh the risks, but we just always try to explain to people, something or someone's got to be the butt of the joke. I mean, or it's not. That's
the
no
purpose
joke
of comedy.
there.
That's what comedy is.
Not meaning to offend anyone, but
Yeah.
And sometimes they go, oh, okay. And sometimes they don't, but
Yeah, they don't get it sometimes. I do a little speech at the end where I say, thank you for all having a good sense of humor. You know how it is with comedy. People get offended. And I try to, make it like if you go and complain, you're going to look like a fool.
that's right.
So that's pretty much what I do.
Well, and it's like Don Rickles. I'm a big fan of Don Rickles, and I watched an interview with him one time, and he explained that especially for him when he first started out, it was very difficult to get laughs, and because nobody knew who Don Rickles was, so they didn't know what to expect, and so he's doing his thing, and people are like wanting to fight, and and he said after you get established, he said it's easy then because they come to see Don Rickles, they know exactly what they're going to get, and they're ready to laugh at it.
So no one knew him at first. He wasn't popular, unlike us.
Right,
Born into
popular,
it.
yes.
Come out with a whoopee cushion. So, I think that's what it was. That
I
placenta,
had a
whichever.
fiddle
You had
in
a
it,
fiddle.
yeah.
That must have been terrible for your mother.
Mom screamed, yes.
Yeah, well,
Especially
come out
the
doing Orange Blossom Special.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's bad.
I see a train coming. Right,
It's a boy.
Awful. I do a joke in the show where I say I knew I was going to be a magician at first because my mom, when I was born, was in labor with me, and I popped out of the lady in the next room. So, ta-da!
I love that.
So-
I wish I
so-
was a magician. I'd use.
No, you don't. It's a lonely, lonely life. It is. Well, that brings me to another thing. Because you do comedy, and I get the same thing with magic. Everyone wants you to be on all the time. Like, do you get
They
that?
do. They do. Especially if, like, you go to Walmart, or you just need some soap or a toothbrush and some. Hey,
What are you saying?
Yeah.
Soap and toothbrush? Are you inferring?
No,
something?
no.
Okay.
I'll
Okay.
talk to you that after we go off the air. But
But people want you to be funny, and they say to you, like with me, they'll say, "What's wrong? Are you in a bad mood?" Like, you're different off stage. You're incredibly mean. You kicked my dog on the way in,
well, yeah, I got to get the
which is
hostility out.
weird because the dog was outside, but
Right.
you went all the way outside.
Pulled it out of the doghouse.
Yeah,
Kicked him in.
but no, but some people are different off stage. You do characters on stage, yeah.
Yeah, mostly because I've never done stand up, so all the comedy I've ever done has been with a straight man or with a ensemble, or, that sort of thing. So honestly, I've always wanted to do stand up, but for me it's kind of intimidating.
It's
like
scary.
what you do, I really admire because I'm like,
Oh.
"Ooh, I don't know if I'd have
thanks,
the
'cause-
guts to try that, but
You see, I wasn't smart enough to know. I'll tell you what happened. I got booked at a comedy club to do my a magic act, and I had my props stolen
oh gosh,
that day, and so I just had to do just the comedy. And so I'm
Forces
like,
you.
hey,
Yeah.
there you go. It's not so. But doing characters are kind of nice because you get to hide. See, I don't
you can
do characters.
you can hide. There's a certain thing. Yeah, there's some safety there.
Yeah,
sometimes.
like you can branch out and be as crazy as you want. Although, when we're on stage, that is a character.
It is. Yeah, even if you're being yourself,
Yeah.
it's still not quite yourself.
Because my wife would have killed me by now if I was that person.